What's going on, guys? DiamondTrail Ranch here. If you've been watching the world lately, it can feel like everything is tightening all at once. I mean, we're what, 2 weeks in January, and it's looking crazy out here right now already. The amount of stuff going on, it's just kind of overwhelming. The prices are soaring. Systems are just feeling fragile. Silver and gold are at historical levels right now. People are on edge. I mean, good Lord. But here's something most people don't realize yet. In 2026, it won't be the loudest or the most aggressive people who are going to thrive, okay? It'll be the quiet ones, the ones whose lives are already built different. And today, we're talking about why homesteads will be more stable, and stable in so many different ways than cities. Not because of the panic or extreme prepping, but because of how everyday life is structured. I pause because do you hear how quiet it is? With everything going on in the world, it's just, if you're already living this way, even just a little bit, you're far more prepared than you think you guys are. Cities really depend on timing. That's one of the reasons they amplify your stress, because food deliveries arrive based on schedules. Power grids are already stretched thin. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the way they're talking about AI taking these power grids and the amount of power that they're going to use now. Water systems rely on constant pressure and treatment. When everything works, cities feel efficient, right? Boy, when something slows down, even briefly, the stress multiplies fast. Crowds react emotionally, am I right? And the shortages are everywhere. Guys, you remember the toilet paper scare? I feel like I mentioned that a lot. Man, we're talking about toilet paper, and there was a shortage on that. People depend on systems they don't control, and they can't see. That doesn't mean cities are bad by any means. It just means they're very, very sensitive. Highly efficient systems are often fragile systems, okay? Get Dixie over here just chilling. I'm sorry, that's Twix, not Dixie. Hi, Twix. Pretty goat. Homesteads work very different. Food doesn't arrive, it grows, right? The protein isn't stocked, it's alive. I mean, you're looking at it. You're looking at the producers, right? Water is not abstract, it is managed daily. When there's disruption, homesteads don't suddenly change behavior, okay? They keep doing what they're already doing. Feeding the animals, right? Collecting your eggs, watering your gardens, maintaining your fences. We just put this one up recently. Pretty cool. These routines don't feel dramatic. That's the whole point, right? Preparedness isn't an event, it's a rhythm, okay? A lot of people think preparedness is about stuff. That's why routines matter more than stockpiles. Stress doesn't come from the lack of supplies. It comes from the lack of familiarity, right? If you're homesteading, you probably already know how much feed the animals use, how long your food lasts, how long you can get by with it, right? How's the weather going to affect your output? We had to put up several of our animals inside because it's freezing this morning. Which is very unusual for zone 10A. And our ducklings, if you've been watching our live videos lately, they've got 2 brooders with them right now to help keep them warm. You just got to learn how to, if you're homesteading, you already know how to adapt daily. And that familiarity creates calm, a sense of calm, right? If your grid goes down, if you're still on it, it's okay. You probably already are many, many, many steps ahead of people who are not homesteading, okay? Look at that pretty bird. Hi, pretty girl. She's looking right at us, chilling. That ability to adjust quietly is what stability looks like, okay? It helps with your anxiety, your mental health, your grounding. This isn't doomsday prepping. This isn't about fear. It's not about hoarding anything. It's not about expecting the worst case scenarios. It's about building a life that works even when things are uncertain. Homesteads are not immune to challenges by any means, but I'll tell you what, we're definitely buffered, am I right? At least a little bit, depending on what you got going on. Even a little bit goes a long way. You get just that little bit less dependence on everything. You're getting more awareness, more flexibility, and I'm sure we're all familiar with who likes it when we're a little less dependent on them, right? It's not extreme, it's resilience. You don't need many acres. You don't need more than I've seen some pretty wild videos on YouTube where people are building absolute phenomenal gardens on like half an acre. Really, I mean, you don't even need animals. You don't need to move off grid by any means. You really don't. Preparedness can start small. Backyard chickens, container gardens, learning food cycles. Have you seen some of the stackable gardens people have? You can go up. You don't need space. Building routines around real needs. Every step towards self-reliance reduces stress, not increases it. You're not going to have complete and utter self-reliance. And the sheer amount of upfront cash flow you would need to even do complete self-reliance is just absurd. For it to pay for itself, I mean, guys, we're 2 weeks into 2026 and it's looking crazy. If you're looking for preparedness that's calm, realistic, and rooted in just absolute realism in everyday life, you're in the right place. Here on our channel, we focus on preparedness without panic at DiamondTrail Ranch, building systems that support the family no matter what's happening out there. If this perspective is helping you in any way, give it a like. It's free to share it with someone. Subscribe if you're not yet, because again, it's free information. Neighbors, love thy neighbor, help each other out. Subscribe for more grounded homestead preparedness content, guys. And say good afternoon to Mr. Moo and Bambi.